Nana Dokra was emphatic say the constitutional review ehun hia na ne na wo ho na ye. You were one of those you were calling say your constitution kura no outlived in relevance. And John Mahama a promise so ba obeti constitutional review na yahwe na yetumi asakremu. What is it to you?
Yeah, Alaska, I think I have said it somewhere. It's one of the good signs so far, Mahu in this new government because prior to elections, you know, na your constitution was Alaska. You can't live in 2025 and have a document that was written in 1992 and guide your life. It's not possible. What I say?
Analog.
That is why even say Obi and I've been so bad dwelling a life on Old Testament. The Quran of Bona Brand. Who the dress in who appearance clothing who say Old Testament in their bumper. Now book I actually in 1700. And I'll be so that ball better in as I would Nipana won't come out in them. You only Nipana better. What I'm saying is Alaska. These things are supposed to reflect your friends saying daily wishes, aspirations of the people. Because you move quite no, not near messes. Now say yes to buy one tracker.
Okay.
You can you say yes to buy one tracker or Tanapongos into Miss Tanapongos?
Tasia now.
Oh, you can't about them. What has them American? So a happenings I near my ACC no, and I inform me how to adjust and shift things. Abaya Alaska near my Bekoye, because I didn't Yankopon Boyasi. Yeah, they call him. First, in any panty chromo. Urbanization, there was a Tama urbanization, a buyer. When your friends say steam and way, yet me engine, yet me, yeah.
That's
and
right.
A be water, and as for I see a small factory, and then people started moving from villages to come and sit at the center. Sabaya, Umbetiman, you want to be and then I thought also I know, you know, who city. Not city be any baby.
That's right.
Handy, sanity, you're quiet him. So, your constitution, you know, there are a number of issues. You can't say there is the need for us to update certain portions. Now, my culture says, many part of those who are calling for a total jettison of the document, because the very moment you jettison entire constitution, it means that the Fourth Republic, you know what top you don't know.
Okay.
When the foundational document, a give life to the Fourth Republic. And what we can do is to look at the essential portions of it. It deserves a yamende, na yamende, na who say, what are our needs? What is the future? If I na say to me, yes, I na Alaska. I think that is the only way, and it's good. President Mahama Baye was making a priority, and within few weeks after, was setting up a committee and one more particular mandate. I'm told they have 6 months to submit their report, and as for them, they should be able to engage a wide range of people. Some of the portions now amount for person young review no ababebre and Mejawa you can mention a lot of them.
That's right.
I say yeshe na yeshe hu ye na you make sure that those are the essential aspect of it. I say yeshe, and there are new things that we also need to include in. Come I just say ne niema bebre meje. We are seeing a come with its own prescriptions. So you need to foresee some of these things. Now I forecast it and see how bet me are coming up with legal framework. I bet me regulating some of these things. Now you certain areas bare because Yabakroma and Sembi Akokot for could hear the whole constitution name. Now after Baba back and forth, now Supreme Court have to come in non-one casa based on discretions and as a form they pronounce and then we move on. I think that this is an opportunity for us. But you see, in the past, you know, we've seen similar attempts. Sir Professor Mills by OEB.
That's right.
Setting up committee recommendations in as for by Alaska. Up to now, yet ABC. So setting up a committee to look at these issues, you know, and having the real commitment to do it, you know, so yeah, another thing. Because the critical portions now, yeah, can nina your friend is saying those are your padlocking, no. Say you can't the constitutional provisions now you're padlocking now what I say. Right. You need referendum and those kind of huge processes to be able to make those changes in as a forum. So as we go on, no, I think these are some of the things we also need to do and see say if we engage the general public to do some of these changes, how is it going to sit well with the people? Are people going to now other forces so I'm sorry against the whole process and as for so constitutional review is one of the major things I am calling for. Say we need to legislate it and other stuff ɛwɔ hɔ a ɛbɛma ya make sure say ye bo man ne democracy ho ban no. These are some of the things that we need to do. For instance, Alaska, Article 71 holders ne emolument ne stipends ne name allowances. Makachro say the only way me who say government is serious ne me sa per diem na yetu ama manfo. Wakokro ways we to kwan night ne yetu ama $4 ne na se for sa sika no. Alaska, if what's now we yearly competition now the amount of money that goes into such venture.
Enye sika ketua. I bet me has set up a number of young people almost in your life. Per diem. So nipa na to cry as odi 1 week under some circumstances they turn up just is whole lot because my sada nyobi amana walking me through what is involved in that particular line and people are making millions out of that particular way, you know. These are some of the loopholes. Alaska, we need to cut it and seal it and make sure that such money is, you know, yet direct, you know, to serve different purposes and the social welfare issues. We can even have a way to address some of these things. So it's not just a window dressing, constitutional review, you know. No, there must be a holistic commitment, and that commitment now, ever here in this review, you know. The question is that would they be willing to let it go through? Would they have that political
because
will?
Because a buying basa or cancel per diem. Ministers and CEOs and they are the very people who are going to lose. The question is, yes, the question is, would they let it go? And again, you see, the way a monument system, no, is such that there are huge gaps between people who get to that positions and the people our ground. And there will be there is no life in teaching. Even at the lower level. There is no life in doing nursing. There is no life in other jobs. The only life thing people see are politics. So now you see a lot of young people moving into the political arena because that is where we baby Alaska also bet me some kind. What I say. So I know the day, you know, the kind of minds that are needed to ensure say we have generational thinkers who be able to have the forecaster. Bet me a position of mind or I'm a minor D, you know, such minds and don't even get opportunity to get close. I know the day, you know. People are more that particular muscle. No more any problem with me. Baby, no. There are people who get through. I know the day a business as usual. So I think we need a holistic approach. Making sure say there are certain practices and near my chroma I see overhauling in because I see a really committed near certain stage for the future. That particular approach, you know, and this your friend is saying that kind of populist style now it must be holistic. Now you address all the major challenges in our constitution. Now you said constitution we know has been updated and the current form no reflected the aspirations and the wishes of the people of this country. Now see you move walk that we know say we are moving and I think that is the only way and other aspect of it has to do with Alaska. There be a catcher among for Bokrono Kroma, no more for Muhodi. Among for Bokrono Kroma, no more for Muhodi. And Tinano appointment shall say by what the Hadeba who is ultimately a Nigeria man for Mufan fair like the minimum is Alaska a time you might the show, sir.
I was a woosu.
I assumed you near their show, sir. Yam Pam has white and Quadas so the Mu Encos Enco Huru because. The understanding is that menso nyamia bia abie kwayama me baby and you see they don't feel scared because on himself even when I come and I mess up consequences be any baby Alaska in other now me who say yes swear in among for to various offices in the United States of America and other places. Alaska appointments in a buy and as for where among for demeanor and as for because they know say even though President Assembly Munyam ama me jumadi away but there is other side of it. Me there are consequences. By idea no, it's total jubilation, fanfare, ye and nina just at time. Because clearly a child say it's not about delivering on any mandate. It is about the joy we have in going to an office, maybe to make money for ourselves and do the process things that has been happening. At the end of the day, if I mess up, my buying a home, there are no consequences in exactly. I think going forward, you know, say it to me. Establish those ground rules in Uguho. So Alaska, you don't mess up and get away with it. This aura has been in discussion for so long. And you see the concentration has always been after recovering near my mom for area, I think we must also focus on the niema amanfo bewia.
Okay.
Now amanfo take you serious. 92.3. Yes, focusing on the niema amanfo awia, we need to yes jeje. But the amanfo bewia no so because we don't know what people are going to steal in the future. And there's as long as a nipa na ye de omukwa abai mu no de that likelihood and that probability is there. So we are government now. You do things to inspire that particular confidence in people. Say, in as much as we are committed to recovering loot in the past, we are also committed and we are on top of ensuring, say, will be criminals, will be among for no. There will be similar fate waiting for them. And I think, say, that will lay the grounds rules in as a form. Esia, and that friend I make for him, I'm a patcho. Make of me chrome software, Sa near Mano, Alaska. Not ya who say ye quiet nim. But my catcher said that is the only way I able to move away from point A to point B. This usual politics I say by when I'll be a year the upper in the end, What's an Asia now 4 years no career? Now what's an Asia analysis within this 4 years and what has been the significant improvement be Abba our Ghana for Abraboma Obakwane 0. So the whole 4 years na to abano na ekokwaye say ye be boa nkrofo mo mbenya sika
ya pay dwuma mebinu.
Yes, na your friend saying, and we live in a society we are so backward. Your friend saying backward in our thinking to the extent say Ghana minister we be your ba onyem na wo twa no ho no twa play no ko US no akọ no nya
that's a green card
wanya citizenship dia ma na ba oman na oye minister wo no kra no. He doesn't even believe in that country. He sees that country as some kind of a bullshit country.
That's right.
And he's never free hop. And some of these things we tolerate, Alaska. And it's the reason why a lot of people celebrated Trump for cancelling that particular thing.
That's right.
Because you can't be a minister in Ghana. Now when you ma or mine or team no where so contribute to say or mine be you know. Now what plane take it go one thing akwaje obi maimu citizenship dia ma oba. Because you know say mine or team is a shithole.
So you don't even believe in yourself.
Alaska, in a serious country, beyond the very moment you do that, you lose your position.
Exactly.
Because we don't even respect ourselves. And citizens, politics, as I'm making clear, you're being one.
We do politics with our emotions.
Yes. In some way, making what tenacity now go deep about say and some woman for because this is a person I want take it oath or parliament president that they said and say, oh, take an oath. Say, or committed to building this country to ensure that Ghana becomes a better place. You have power to do so, but we don't believe in this country. Yes, because our visa, because our he has the financial might.
But when I want to about we are no amount 50 Ghana for cheap compound.
Now 50 Ghana or more being put there. Say so Alaska gradually amount for need and I make us say. First in that man for that blind loyalty, that kind of you become a fool. That kind of emotional support, and as a for you become a fool. No, people are walking away from that particular line. For those lines, don't work anymore. What I say, the politics should be a venture, Sabi, a benefit everyone.
That's right.
What I say, and that is what we must commit to pursuing. Na ankwaya sa na de say boamena menye ye boamena minsi baabi boamena memfa me fiefo na abusuafo why you live in poverty and you become impoverished forever na me say onipa na obi aniti o so ni say along the line obi aniti
say da say be obako ni beti okase ni beti na godogu.
Yes, and I keep telling people that in life whenever you come into contact with nipa na woni nipa delia, however stupid you think that person is, however uninformed, ignorant, however where do you need partners for? Whenever you are dealing with a person, remember, so a day will come, that person will tell his story.
A day will come.
That everybody tells his or her story. And whether you become a hero or a villain in somebody's story, it depends on the role you play today.
Right. Ivan Kyei, Innocence. I'm saying, Mama, this over joining live on Facebook. Any banana eba. My main king kang messages, kakra and fama. Give joy GH. Osi majanen de Ivan. As Vita. Osi share wejagbawe constituency. Shede ni MP ko ye nra enum guase enkwa. As Vitona osi onjidio anodon prayer illegal. Onu ni munangasa kura no ufa kweti kwan bi so ema eye scan eye results na electoral commission eye bibisa adema ho wo mu kura wabo obi tuo ni nam tuo ene abobo tuo eye MP Queen Adepa Ozenes Addison obekoso a na wa account to ex-president Nanado because Emra na Ghana for ekas we sika bi na one more demonstration we also no he doesn't account to Ghana for or account to Nanado danti enei onko no ni Nanado nko koshe Adepa Queen na nka se o se ene honorable chairman sabonsu kura na waye ne ho Mugabe ewo parliament kura na we fi ho it has when your marking ensue bibi emfefrim say akakabisa ni ahantania sorry jani etu betwa ke Robert Jr. o say another pre or ye jail candidate na on the entrance Robert Jr. Edwe fi kaswa na odi ebaye mamimfa we eye nyamikan eye Facebook mami ko WhatsApp Paul Amenosoji osi serial call ambassador Alaska the Don osi vetting nipa ba ko aye bisa be 1,000 questions into me and so Ghana for anase into me and so Ghana for eye ye hawanu osi ministers omuni mo medwuma dada e the question bebrebe yi aye bisa eno into me nya hwe no bisu bisa se na se aya afenyo markets was anyanse di visa question bebrebe aden one fa no mbiso amboa na aban no waba be di parliament anim edwo makọ 88 from 137 to 188 afenyo markets just trying to appease the base but onu kura no niam anko ifa ma no asan si say the way fizenu central no de bae osa Alaska osi yeda obi osi ye twechia obi a osi yanka no kra se NPP aye micro minority or parliament afenyo making edi enim no still omo enyi ntumu ana omo hu se Ghana fo ayi omo pa ahwe ato abade etia wo osi afenyo makings eye ni suban yo order na di no ebema NPP asen lusu mo omo egusu ye hi papa endi se mo na oye de mo na otan ede ba party nim na osi afenyo making hina kura no person oye na nipa no o police no ana so question bebrebe na o bisa no ene bema Ghana for so nim nyansa na se de se wadwumu ndo a wadwumu endo Musa Edwe fi Kofodia sentimental eno de bae osa Alaska da se ene wa powerful osa Alaska Jan Toronto ene na busuafo yi osi last 4 years yi so very ballot papers last 4 years yi say omo be say nyama bebre ene table document ene nkonwa mu opposition mu power mu say nyama bebre ene ya mu aba mu power sa mu aba opposition so sa osi say you from microwave minority ono so ni dia no Ivan yemhwe say benya any other matters.
I think say back to parliament again na memfa ehwe de ekoso ewo ECOWAS why Niger Burkina Faso ni Mali are breaking away from
that's right
ECOWAS it's a very serious issue. I think say here urgent discussion
amount see some passport mu bibia o
yes Alaska you see say your more privileged position not consistently who abuse you know what you're supposed to do with that power you use it to intimidate exert arrogance not what the yet nema ebeduru baby you lose your essence and your relevance and that's exactly what parliament is becoming 92.3 it's the reason why you see this hard line when ebi ombenyo obi for contempt they try to demonstrate how powerful they are our tikrom have been when they name parliament power and do for bit to say Oliver Nibet parliament I've never catch na to me or now they own him you don't need to but for you to use enhanced effort to demonstrate that power natural say a inner weakness and why you are losing grips on that particular thing. Alaska parliament ewo to me but enam say abraba nipa brimu born within the house na and represent it honorable behavior and then for no and this kind of obia sorry or kind of pefa no because one behave in dignity nobody would treat you with dignity and sadia no and eto ECOWAS and some of these countries and take ECOWAS serious this whole ECOWAS thing Alaska ECOWAS is for economic cooperation.
That's right.
That is the focal where you among member states, you bet to be trade liberalization, you bet to be trading among ourselves without any bottlenecks. And after several years, ECOWAS has been in play. Maybe Tenahadam Bekachro say to trade with France from Ghana, to trade with China or maybe America or any European country. Far less cumbersome as compared to trading with a neighborhood. Will you believe it?
Oh, no.
Then you ask yourself,
what has come of it?
We ask yourself, what has been the essence of ECOWAS economic cooperation? It's useless. So that privileged position, that essence, representing
has been taken out.
Exactly. Then politically, ECOWAS, apart from economic cooperation, countries connect politically because everything is politics. And we also look after one another just to ensure, governance. Alaska, things will get well. ECOWAS as a mother body, and acting as a chief of staff. All super. Your friends say all share other countries to know, you don't split off. You are within the lane and as a forum. Alaska. ECOWAS, in terms of that role, I understand member countries are sovereign countries. You may not have such overwhelming hand to maneuver what they do internally. But Obiya there now then touch constitution, not that particular act is deemed unconstitutional as a for now. ECOWAS as a mother body, our duty to work in to ensure
that's right.
We help remedy such situations. Example ba ko de bia me man say yati kroma na yehu de si wo Cote d'Ivoire. Alasani Ouattara pencil Alaska. Nipo mu wo Cote d'Ivoire. People fought for this gentleman to come because Onigba go that way.
That's right.
This guy comes in. Obeye your friend saying MP president for 4 years. Opcha another 4 years here. Then the guy massaged the constitution to give himself a lifeline. Against all opposition within Cote d'Ivoire, he made sure either you go to prison or obey.
That's right.
ECOWAS as a mother body didn't see the sense and the need to intervene in that situation. Other countries were watching. Alaska Faye, Asem Kosi wo Cote d'Ivoire.
Asem Kosi our Burkina Faso.
Asem Kosi wo Burkina Faso. Yes. Gabon.
That's right.
Then we were sending a delegation. I think it started with Burkina. Yes.
Burkina.
Yes, sending delegation at the Then we sent that joker.
Nuna, are you guilty of that crime?
The same crime, I'm a boy, you too, president,
That's
we
right.
sent that joker as part of the delegation to go and speak to. And you have videos now to me say, ECOWAS and Ankasani the oye. And Alaska, there are several other countries. So if you do a point, this country who say, so politically, is economically, ECOWAS and represent any interest.
That's right.
Any value, any essence. Then politicalism for so be any so because Nigeria issue obi massage constitution, Gabon obi massage constitution. No, they gave themselves lifeline and ECOWAS recognize the authority and power. Even at the point don't boya etu Alpha Conde now massage constitution. ECOWAS issue a directive say the guy should hand over to Obia what torpedo constitution are giving himself lifeline and yes sir. Omo bobo soja fo ano omo ba wo 92.3 Alaska you can't blame na say ECOWAS na at some point na it's just a cabal of old men.
That's right. Nana domunya no me.
Yes, and I'm going to meeting as na mistake na ko fo obi bag bi so a enura egum na chem pharmacy shop
on the BP
that's all BP diabetes because bia nyini aduru age as an ko gene na no ma grow fie but greediness still they are hanging on to power adwene nyansa bia nka ho and an krasesem kwa no mo de power no di so e could do a pointer ECOWAS no lose that particular leverage on member countries. So Burkina Faso, Mali, and other countries who are breaking away from Eneno, I will say Alaska, ECOWAS ain't even serve anything for them. And then there is tension that is brewing at the geopolitical arena.
That's right.
Now we are moving away from the unipolar to bipoly to tripoly. And then China, Russia, America will be a flexing the muzzles just to tell the world, say, men, I'm a superpower, I'm a superpower. Right. And Alaska, to be a superpower, you need allies. So these countries no move breaking away from ECOWAS, you know, they are finding association with some of these interests.
Exactly.
That is why we saw some of them going to Russia, some going to China, looking for allies. At some point, the Wagner group, now they were in some of the African countries. More guarded, cool president because Osuro say BBC he has those mercenaries around.
That's right.
Yeah, you buy a house now the Wagner group no A2 gold.
That's right.
Miss Africa ye jokers.
You're not correct.
Any you agree you mpanimfo na omudi yanim no aburo adwemone and wo mutim is the reason why. Nipa na the 70 years obewu but still they want to have it all to themselves. Yes.
Rawo afa unana ozu wo cage na tis osafoma fo aban mu.
What primary school na metis osafoma fo aban mu. Manyina baba to na ne oda so aban mu okọ waja ne ba ho. You see, that is the kind of how sick our people are. The governance whole essence of helping others. Because life, the pass of in China, you can count the number of people. But they won't do it. They won't. The person will prefer so you sell, then you become miserable, and even at that age, they still seek more. Unfortunately, that's the part of the world that we find ourselves in.
And is it in the case that youth are now for now as a BNI Gusuti?
On Alaska and Americano, you see, any point in time you can get a fool, but you can't hold somebody in that follies forever.
Okay.
Yes, Sabiquasianity Agragu. And then we say, and then we are saying that we say, Panifon be or man be almost young people or Mabo Mumwade. No, there is a free flow of information. People are reading, people are seeing things. So when you get exposed to this information, expand your scope of thinking, alternative and other options. So Alaska, if I'm here and things na me doesn't serve my interest, nipa na or you no serve your interest, what do? You break away. You look for other things that will serve you because at the end of the day, it will come back to your own self and your life. You understand? So I think some of these in Niama way na can't bo mine. Ama ECOWAS abedru bia abedru. You see, in as much as almost accept the withdrawal, no, ECOWAS doesn't want these people to go because omunim say omokwa ehun implications in as because these people go align with some of these interests in as for omoba ye region higher. The kind of near de baba na nya the crow because China mining activities are all here in some of the countries like DR Congo and as for them ehun sam kra na resolving we then when they come in ehonsem ebeye deja entino ECOWAS letter no menim say what can be. I read a portion of it. They are cautioning other countries now still part of ECOWAS and say yesiramo even though oman withdraw yaje atum there but still allow their goods to move through freely. Omo passport na say for you recognize it. Say see am no kasa in as much as omo free no ECOWAS member countries now supposed to recognize passport movement of goods, everything coming from these three countries. Clearly, a chance ECOWAS na transia who says been sebunu na wadi. And Alaska we a privileged position. Man be usuno. Because sabi nipa na odi di ni suno kra na ejimi fo a we should know say a day will come obey nyansani.
That's right.
And na obi betu no fo na ni bete. And I there is this principle me our life whoever I come across in life I know, say a day will come, the person will go and tell his story. It's what is hard about, but there are certain mistakes you avoid them.
Exactly.
Whoever you come into contact with, you should know, say that contact will never be forever. And a day will come, that person will tell their story. And when telling real stories, we don't lie. So either you become a villain or you become a hero. The obayano that was. Be what the person will talk about in the future. So when you're position, don't abuse it, don't use it to intimidate people, don't think so. When you can treat them even in our normal dealings with people as friends, in relation, those things. When you get close to people, you should know, say, one day they will tell their story. So ECOWAS, and I yes, I have mistakes when and then I could find that breakaway number. And I'm hoping, say, going forward, they will tend to learn things differently because in recent times, Yehu AU I suffer the same fate. That's when we saw Morocco and some other countries breaking away because of similar we ni nyina no enti Alaska what na sia bisa ho say Africa continent we kesero mo akese ya na se nyansa na ye ni ana say adenti na ye bread ye bere yi
abi eni nyina ye greedy greed
exactly me say African problem ye too ye greed ne indiscipline
and
indiscipline
right
these are the major things because Alaska so where your land size in Africa are 3 times bigger than Europe.
It's true.
When it comes to human resources,
even
young population, as I see in country, our high fertility rate, Niger, our Africa has say, or Baba could averagely 7 children.
That's right.
7 children who are moving and they are 18 years. Nenaya that form a chain, your friends saying. What describe in your chanka tie? Because one nanti sama cracket one and naya kakra o piano dear Alaska. I will who.
Meanwhile, the resources are able to make cater for them, but because of bad leadership,
greed for greed in the
bad leadership,
they are suffering. And Alaska. There Anna see a poverty no a uniform across border.
That's right, it cut across.
And because that poverty no coming from here.
I dream them.
Yes, because you not to me instead of say empower. You see, so when you to me now they empower nipa me and send nipa me you know mo call mo anima. They no longer become your burden.
That's right.
Those people will take care of others and they also move on in life. That is why you see plenty social intervention, social programs. Because in Germany, about our own, I buy the place I want to home back children. And to my memoir, when is I know about now, I want to buy the pen as I'm no wow. I cry now, I want to say, or be your future, not about no so better contribute to the country.
Exactly.
So you see the long chain. My men are Jessica na James are buying a general. Are buying no no general. Or general crano, Sabaya crano, a bit me see no be a juma.
But then that politician, and your baby Jena or Kotobe 5 cars.
Or there was a 5 cars.
There be a some car or 2 cars. Meanwhile, the colleague Nikura no 2 about the man who can motorbike gronibi.
You're the only other talker, mamma.
Na ya kura ya teni ya namfam.
Yeah, o namfam.
Mama yembi. Why?
O the better am oba chi. Now because so obu so we kwasempa nyini. Sa na tie. So Alaska, I think say sa niema we nyina na akeka aboma e ma ohia. Adodo there because here dey say power now you say when you impoverish the people you can always control them.
That's right.
What I said, Alaska, there be others or not about me fear now 100 Ghana. Said I don't want you to break away. No boy.
That was what Nanado did when he came. He take away the people's economic freedom.
Yes.
It's your Google banks.
So always you chase.
That's right.
You chase the cake because cake need them when they see you chase. But good leaders will see how to expand the scope. Some will be able to take advantage. You build yourself because Germany now are buying for $200. Their mama men say on function the banner. Mama no akwara no be ya adwuma amana take I get that money in form of taxes.
Exactly.
Akwara no ho be ya den and he has a longer life. So akwara no say obe ya adwuma 20 years. A government is going to benefit 20 years from the taxes. Even though EBS can otiama no cry just maybe 3 years and then as a for them. So Alaska, that is the kind of long
long-term investment
amount for. But I had that long-term investment, impoverish them so that they will always do yes and must follow us and then as a for them and they be out to ABC. Sanyamano a brief deep poverty doesn't take anybody anywhere. So I think that it's lessons going forward. We need to learn these things. Now you how you better to your name. Now you say the whole essence of leadership isn't about no matter property. Who cares about your property? You know on video be Alaska, the poorest man in Accra. Odidi onwu.
That's right.
What has America? Sana the richest man. So don't think that you have millions dollars into you are better than Obi. No, it is about the impact and the way you can make on others. That is what will make us all. You understand? So we need to begin to look at processes. I bet me they are good in place just to ensure say social programs and social interventions. Ne kwen fa so betimi aboa expanding the scope. Ama manfo nya nnuma ye is the reason why me catch us say apede yam no. Ne na se for no krom ha yati. Do you know scholarship schemes e wo ha parliamentarians na enjoy?
It's serious.
A number of them.
Huh? scholarship scheme no yaye e de ama Ghana for
yes
shebi omuye ebia need
executive programs na asikafo na na ekohia ni wunkobi
cocoa scholarship
yes e dey ma hia
obi hu cocoa da
yes we see we are not honest now no na me Dr. Rene have been tell me say heaven bi wo ba bi na ye kona say me hu say o masala na say black mind at the line no ma me hu say yankopon kra na say no onye serious ye wicked
heaven be wa every before there
a generation ye very wicked and diabolic people.
But I say Ivan Kyei innocent and I wote in Kano everything it's about 19 minutes to the top of the year 5 p.m. and you for course but ye say ya kasi aban nye nipa but aban ya tu aba e